All right. Hey, folks, let's see what we got going on here. If we are live and running. Checking my signal here. Leave real quick so I can update my media. Looks like I might be live. Checking in. Looks like... Yeah, I might be live. Yeah, okay, cool. A little muddled, but that's okay. I was a little muffled. So let me drop this down here real fast. It looks like I have some connectivity issues. But hopefully everything will stay strong. I'm going to post on my social media real quick, and then we are going to get to work. So, hey, my name is Phil Kearney. I create role-playing games. I illustrate them. I publish online. And we are creating some artwork here. Everything's just going wonky on me right now. Button. I'm going to blame solar flares. Who knows? Here, there. Let's take this and drop it to here. Here we are. Okay. Yeah, okay, great. It looks like we're live. I am on the Twitter platform at Phil Kearney. You can follow me there if you're interested in seeing more notifications, coupons, and stuff like that for the stuff that I do. Here on the channel, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notifications when we're live in the future. We are at episode 307 right now. Here's the entire playlist. We are creating an adventure in the Eberron campaign settings. So I've been DMing since 1987. I've been using Eberron as my homebrew campaign world of choice since 2006, and I've been creating content on DMsGuild since 2017. And this is the first adventure that I've been creating, Crystals in a Bar. I co-wrote it with Andy Heatley, the old goat, and we have Stuart Braz, Eberron Lore Master, who is our editor. It's been a fantastic project to work on it. These past 300 episodes has been creating a ton of art, including this book cover, which came in around episode 40. All of the maps are done. Almost all of the tokens are completed. We're just finishing those up. So that's what we're going to continue working on today, cleaning up these tokens. I have about an hour of play time today before I need to get an early start. So I'm going to respect the time and the process and get things up and running. So we have our base metal layer. I think that's what we're going to do now. We're going to do armor. We're going to do base armor coloring. So let's grab that, and then we're going to pull this back in. I think this color came from here. Maybe. Hold on. Yeah, there it is. Okay, cool. So we can borrow off of this, pull that down. When you don't see color, we were talking about this in the last session, so check that out. This RGB slider tells me basically everything about what's going on with color. So here and here, I've got a green bend, a little bit of a green bend there that disappeared. So let's try to find that again. Is this where do we pull that from? Oh, interesting. I can take that highlight. And then is this... Oh, that's very good. Okay, and then we can take this here. Nice, okay, cool. So we can let's use this. So you see the RGB slider over here, light and dark, and then I'm pulling the basically color reference off of this image. It's WoW character art, I guess. But let's drop down here to the armor. We have the base color of the armor, and now we're going to add, that's a shadow, and that's a highlight. And that's the bit in between. So you can see here up the RGB slider up in the corner, you can see light, medium, dark. So we got a little bit of a bend going on. Actually, this is leaning into the reds a little bit more. This is green. I feel like this should be maybe more like that. There. That should actually probably bend down. See, what I'm doing is I'm switching these things around so that there. So we have here, and then here's our base color, and then here. See how the red, the red on the light here, the red is higher than the blue with the green. And then as we slide here, the green pushes forward a little bit, and as we slide here, the blue pulls forward. So the blue and the shadow lack a light, red and the light, heat, red, neutral, red, green, blue. There you go. So that's how we're setting up our highlights and shadows for this layer. So like with the pelt that we have here, we have highlights, we have shadow, and then we have the base color. So we're going to do the same thing here with the armor. Pop, 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 pop. Good. All right. So we know where we're at. We just start adding in the color. Nothing too complicated right now. Here like that. Here like that. Just like with the pelt, we find the areas that are covered, and then we put a little bit of shadow into that covered space. And then we can pull that shadow a little bit forward to integrate the, what's the word I'm looking for? The value is not shifting, not sliding. It's a gradient. Thank you. So we can work a gradient into, by smudging, we can smooth the gradient into the color. And since the armor is the lowest layer in the structure, everything over it is painting over it. So I can afford to push my lines a little bit without having to worry about whether I'm staying within my own lines or not, because it's very organized to help assure that things get processed through properly. So we're going to take that back. It's fine. This is a little off here compared to there, so I think I actually need to fix the line art real quick. Let's go up here to the B-dub here. There. We'll drop this back down to black. There. Okay, good. Got that fixed. Drop back down here. Grab this. Grab that. And we're walking. Got the Batman abs. Good. Okay, cool. And down here, we can smudge this in. Good. Good. Okay, cool. So now we're going to use a highlight layer, and we're going to grab this color here. And let's start putting that in where we would see highlights. Here and here. So looks like the lighting is directly coming from forward behind camera this way towards the piece. Right? There to there to there. To there. And since these are highlights, they're in the center of the light towards the, they're in the center of the mask towards the light, and then we fade, then we smudge outward. Like the shadow was in the creases pushing inward towards the piece, the highlights are in the center pushing out of the piece. It's the opposite, right? Because darkness is although darkness is truly the absence of light, quote the Beastie Boys, it's the practical application of accurately shading or being able to provide, you know, reasonable, realistic shading is to treat them as opposites. There, and let's see, do we need to delete that? What is that? Where is that coming from? What is that stray line there? Is that, no? Yeah. Is it coming off of the pelt? It is coming off the armor. There we go. Why didn't you do that before? Eraser, 100%. Good. See, I can't get that highlight too far up because the structure of all this other stuff is preventing that the light to get through to that spot specifically. So I'm going to dull down the highlights a little bit there. Bring them forward here because this is more forward facing. Like that. There we go. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So let's stitch that shut, and then the next thing we have is the buckskin. Call this buckskin. Cut. No, wait. Cut. Paste. REF. Period. Blurp. Blop. Good. And then buckskin. So let's go up here and grab our buckskin. I'm going to grab this dark here. Perfect. And then highlight here. highlight, our shadow, and the base. So here's our base, highlight, shadow. Good mix. Same sort of circumstances before, and this is a very mild strip, so it's not like we got a lot going on here. But it is what it is. So let's drop it in there, and a little bit of shadow in there. There, there. There's not going to be any light poking through here, so we'll darken all that down. And then we'll do a little, just a spot of highlighting. Just a spot. There. Good, that felt right. All right, cool. So buckskin was like super easy. There's barely anything on it though. So, okay, so here we have leather pouches. We'll go, that's, I think includes the boots, right? Yeah, including the boots. So, leather. And then the same thing with the leather. We'll go up here to our reference. And where did we grab leather from? I think we got it from here, yes? There, and does that match up? So we have here's a mid, dark, light. Yep, that is lining up. So that is what we intended. Perfect. So let's go to here, to here. Let's grab our dark here. Boy, I'm just in zoom in production mode right now. I'm a man on a mission. Again, using the principles of shadow, hugging up against the frame. Be able to find the dark bits. There, and there. It's pretty easy to do these little pouches. Once you get the structure right and a little bit of folds in, they just kind of pretty much just paint themselves. Good. And then we'll smudge this in a little. Ooh. Straps here and here. Nice. Let's keep going. Just smudge it in a little bit, just to fade it in so it doesn't have any unnaturally hard lines, creating shape and form where it doesn't need to be. The gradient smudging into the space helps make sure its material lines up. That was easy. Let's add our highlights. Here, there, here. Bit of lighting here and here. Lighting there. There. Again, we just take it and we smudge outward from its mass. Okay, cool. There's not a lot of leather going on. So now we can do the flesh. Jesus, this stuff is just kicking by. Yeah. Flesh. Base flesh. And then we're going to grab here. This is the highlighting that we're using here and here. Good. Conceal that. Drop down to here. Dark, light. You can see here again up on the RGB scale up here in the corner. You can see it. Medium, light, medium, dark. Good. Good to go. So again, we're on our flesh here. We'll drop into shadow. There's barely any skin showing on this guy, which is great. We don't have to use a lot of color. So let's wash that in there. And then we have his arm here, arm here. I'm going to do some curve shadow around the edge here, and then into the mass. I'm going to grab black here and make sure our hand is built right. Good.
They're in the center of the light towards the, they're in the center of the mask towards the light, and they really smudge outward. Like the shadow was increases, pushing.
Good. And we'll do some highlight. Don't need a lot. Just a spot. It's good. Sword. Sword should be pretty easy. We already had the highlight in the dark on the sword already. Now it's just a matter of spraying up, make sure it smooths in. Not bad. All right, cool. So now we have the sword, the color, the black and white. I'm going to duplicate this layer here. And we're going to extract that, drop it to here, blurp that. Close up the black and white again. We're going to rename this color. We're going to duplicate all of the layers that we just did for color. We're going to conceal the base. We're going to now merge these. There. So we have a single color layer, right? Get rid of that. See, single color. And now single black and white. I can go back into the black and white now because I need to fix that hand. So let's go up here and grab our better. Very better. Okay, cool. Save. Conceal. Here. How we looking? Yeah, we got however long we got. Technically, I could call that done if I wanted to, but there's a lot of little spot stuff that I want to do. So let's do some spot stuff. Since we're only dealing with a 300 pixel space, I have to make my smudge brush large enough to actually be able to affect the few pixels that are grabbed with whenever you use the smudge brush, you're basically grabbing pixels and you're dragging them, and the level of strength that you have determines how much pixel gets dragged each pixel. So right now I want to reduce this line weight here like that. Get rid of the outline since we colorize, since the black and white is preserved for printing the token in black and white, you know, easy use. I want to get rid of the heavy dark outline there. Now we can smudge the line art into the color to help make it seem less comic booky, more semi-realistic. Semi-realism, I guess at its core, is illustrating as though it were a comic, but coloring and rendering detail as though it is photographic. Like Masamune Shirow with Ghost in the Shell, anime in general, really high-end manga has that high level of human anatomy quality on a character type that is obviously a cartoon because of the anime style of illustrating characters. So there's an automatic semi-realism that goes into manga art, anime. And the rendering of the details could be amazing, but the characters themselves are intrinsically cartoonish. So it only gains that semi-realistic status. I'm going to flatten out this blade here. Good. Now we'll just keep blending in the process here. Got little details like button highlights here and here. Let's go here. Good enough. Do like that. And let's mixing in a little bit. Good. You see, we're just putting a little bit of hatch mark here in for some fur effect. And then blend in a little bit to shag it up. Good. Nice. It looks good. I like it. There. Nice. A little scraggliness going on here to help create that furry effect. So I'm just making like little scraggly lines, and then I'm blending them down into the base color, so they come across as like little tufts. And now we're going to counter with a shadow color over some of it to help blend it in a little bit more. Pull it off frame so it fuzzes out into the space around it a little bit more. Show a little more wear and tear on it like that. Again, we'll take these tufts. We can layer those here. Less so here on the interior, more so on the outside, like that. I really don't want that tufting stuff going on inside here, so I'm going to actually smudge that out. The tufting effect should only be on the external side. The internal is a smooth pelt, right? Like the interior skin of it. And then the outside is where the furry is coming in. The fur, for the most part, a lot of these animals' fur is waterproof, right? It's designed to keep the water sliding off of you since you're stuck outside all the time. So it's when you're making a fur skin something, the fur has to go on the outside because that is the waterproofing effect on the animals. And you're taking the animal's skin for warmth and waterproofedness. Waterproofedness? I don't know what the word there is. Out a bit. There, and where are we at? 7:15. I got a few minutes. I gotta get going. I'm having an early day today, so I have to cut stream early as well. But we'll be back. We'll be back tonight around maybe like around 7:30, 8 o'clock p.m. Seattle time. We'll do some more 2024 monk redesign. So that'll be fun. Tomorrow morning we'll be back and we'll finish this up tomorrow morning. I'm just kind of jazzing around and having fun with the piece. It's essentially done now. I'm just going for bragging rights and quality. But so we'll finish this. This will be finished tomorrow morning, and we can start prepping what's the word I'm looking for? The farmhouses. We can start prepping the farmhouses for next week, and we'll get farmhouses done, hopefully done next week. And then Friday at lunch. At Friday at lunch, I would normally have another mechanics develop stream. But instead, Robert Doyle of Vertigree Games, or Vertigree Table, has invited me to be part of their Friday forum to talk about whatever it is that they're going to talk about, some sort of game mechanics or aspect of gaming or something. But I got invited to fill a seat, so I'm going to do that. That'll be at noon Eastern time or 3 p.m. No, it's 3 p.m. Eastern time or noon Seattle time, just depending on where you're at. But that's so instead of doing Monk game mechanics on Friday, we'll be doing a live stream with Robert and I'm not sure who else. And then on Saturday we'll do Monk mechanic design. All right, yeah, I'm in the process of just basically blending in the line art into the color that we've already done, and I want to spend maybe another hour on this, but I don't have that time this morning. Tomorrow we should have a good strong channel. Good. All right, cool. I'm going to go ahead and hit save. There's a little bit more work that we can do here. Yeah, we're looking good. All right, I have to cut stream here because I have an early day. I got to get started. It's been a 45-minute stream. So we'll be back. We'll be back tonight for Monks. Tomorrow morning to finish this. Tomorrow afternoon at lunchtime for Vertigree game table live chat. And there you go. That's that. So I am out of here for now, and I will be back tomorrow. So thanks a lot, everybody. I will see you soon. Cheers.